I'm talking here with Alphalance, my brother. He's right next to me.
Hello.
And he's the voice you've heard in the Halo weapon test videos, and I'm going to have him talk about a game, Overwatch, that he's all excited for.
Which is, as you can tell, what we're drawing, well, you are drawing here.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't you try and claim over this. Like, this is my drawing.
This is your work. I just do the voices. You do all the artsy stuff.
Yeah. He also voiced Zenyatta and Reaper in this with a little voice change. I don't know how obvious that is or not. I feel like some people could pick that up easier than others.
We're a little unbiased because we can, we've known each other for a whole lot longer.
Well, we also wrote all the dialogue. Sorry.
I wrote all the dialogue. I will take.
You wrote the dialogue, and I helped you record it, and it's your voice. I just did a clap. Oh well, got to stop referencing things that are happening here. Just pretend like it's all cool.
I am currently breathing.
Oh, Zenyatta.
Eric just sighed loudly.
Okay.
Anyway, we're here to talk about Overwatch because I want to talk about Overwatch.
Yeah, well, you've got your support class podcast, which you've been posting on. Have you posted on iTunes yet?
There's coming up on the 4th episode, and then it'll be up on iTunes here in the end of January in time for February. The support class, I guess I'll talk about that a little bit. I've been a member of the Overwatch community. I've been on the Reddit. I've been on some forums. I've been talking to some YouTubers for quite some time. And I really love the community a lot. Very friendly people, excited for a game that hasn't even come out yet, and good camaraderie. So I wanted to highlight the people who I think are doing a really good job. So in the support class, I talk to people who are, I talk to cosplayers, podcasters, YouTubers, and just anyone who I feel is really doing cool stuff in the community. And I just talk to them and talk about why they love the game, why they love doing what they're doing, and what they plan on doing in the future. And eventually it just evolves into us just hanging out and having a good time. I really like doing it. And there will be more episodes in the future for anyone who is surprised I only got like 3 right now, but more are coming. But anyways, enough about me.
I was going to say, let's talk about
this amazing game that Blizzard has gifted us down from California.
We've talked about the community. We've talked about a little bit about what we're doing. What is it? Overwatch is a shooter, first-person shooter coming out, but it's kind of, people have mentioned how it's got some MOBA-esque elements. The heroes in it, the classes are very unique and kind of come from all over the place. We've got Dark Assassins, and we've got Space Gorillas, and we've got Monk Robots, which is the Zenyatta character I'm drawing here. He really kind of caught my eye as like a unique aesthetic and like a fun character to try and do some artwork of.
Well, they're all a bunch of interesting characters, and the MOBA comparison has definitely been around for a while, but at the same time, the concept's not that unheard of. A lot of people compared it to TF2 when we first heard about it. A lot of my friends joke that it would fail because anyone who's tried to do a class-based shooter like Team Fortress 2 has failed at it before. But it's different enough, yet similar enough that it feels familiar while being completely new. Because instead of just 9 classes like in Team Fortress 2 with a variety of weapons where you can custom anyone to how you want to play, it's right now 21 heroes that all have a very unique playstyle to them, while also being very similar to each other. So if I'm feeling daring today and just want to feel that my A game's on, maybe I'll take an offense character that requires pinpoint accuracy. But if I'm feeling a little off, maybe I'll just play support and help my team from the back lines.
I was gonna say my fallback character whenever I feel like I'm not doing too well on a team game is to play as Soldier 76, because I feel like all my years of Halo have left me very well prepared for just shooting rockets and blasting people with his fast rate of fire and everything.
No, yeah, that's exactly what he's for. He's an assault rifle wielding first person shooter with a decent amount of health, a sprint ability. He's very much just Master Chief in Overwatch, just minus a shield.
Well, and I really enjoy games that have support. I like the concept for sure when it comes to characters that are support, but I always feel like I have trouble mastering that. Like Zenyatta, I picked up Zenyatta, and it was always difficult for me to kind of tell when I was making a difference on my team or not, because I don't feel like I get enough feedback unless I'm just doing terrible. And too often times, I know it would be like, oh, so-and-so's hurt, you should go heal them, and I'd rush over to somebody across the map, and by the time I got there, they were dead, and I was out of position, and I'd get just blasted by the other team.
Oh, the worst thing about being a healer is sometimes you got to know when there's a lost cause. Because, I've liked Zenyatta. Zenyatta is aside from looking amazing, is just oh my gosh, I love playing as this guy.
and my team will whisper in chat, "Heal us," and I will whisper back, "Get good."
Luckily, I haven't gotten that said, except for in joke. I think, well, that's not completely true. I think I had one person who was really upset because we weren't supporting him, but it's like, dude, you ran off on your own as, like, McCree. And while I'm sure someone has done some amazing stuff as McCree that made you think this, you're not them. This is not that kind of game. There are people who can solo, sure, like, you have a chance, but it's a team-based game. Stick with your team.
Well, yeah. That was one of the hard things I found. Again, like Soldier 76 has worked for me, but like I tried and be, Reinhardt with my giant shield and protecting people, but I always felt like I had my shield and then nobody was behind my shield, and maybe I was in a bad spot, but I thought I was facing the enemy, and I would turn and die, and I'd be alone. Everyone would be somewhere else.
I guess we should also get into, we did actually get into the beta, and by we, I mean I got into the beta, and I've let you play on my computer.
I was going to say, we use we a lot, really, really freely, but Kyle got into the beta, Alphalance got into the beta, and I got to, like, play once or twice on
I
his
was
computer. Super
honored, lucky, all that jazz. As I mentioned, I've been a part of the community. I've talked to some people from Blizzard, and one person from Blizzard, who, if you're listening, you know who you are. If not, I'm not going to call you out, but thank you so much for getting me in. But oh my gosh, I've played with some of these YouTubers. I've played with some streamers. I've played with a lot of people, and it's really as good as we'd hope it would be. Everyone's really upset now that we're in hiatus and we can't play, but that just makes us just like everyone else online who can't play. So, first world problems.
First Overwatch problems.
I've actually invited people to hang out just to try out Overwatch. Just because it's like, I want to, like a missionary, I want to share the good word that is Overwatch. Just let people play it because I want this game to succeed so much.
I was going to say, that's been the interesting thing, is watching from an outsider, because, I'm drawing this fan art, and I did this video, but it was mostly just because I saw, the fandom that Alphalance was getting into, and Overwatch cropping up there more and more in his life. And it's interesting. I'm enjoying the game, not as, I don't know, I'm not even sure how to describe it. I'm excited for the game, not nearly as excited to the level that he is, and watching the people. And it just was very funny to see how this game has kind of built up in the fan community. When it started with just like a handful of people, then it got bigger, and then the beta came out, and more people played it, more people knew about it. It's been very interesting to watch that develop and grow.
Well, it's kind of fun to see it come in waves, because there was the BlizzCon announcement in 2014, and there was a bit of a following behind it, but it was so far away that I think a lot of people like myself were like, I'll hear about it later when it gets closer. And then we were at PAX East, and I got a chance to play it there, and I was just like, well, nope, I got to get involved in this game. This is so good. And then from there, every time there was a convention, every time a new trailer came out, like, you would just see what weeks there would just suddenly be an influx of new people coming on for... You knew exactly why. Well, what I want to talk about here is my favorite part about Overwatch, the heroes. I mean, you're drawing one. These characters are iconic, and they all have such... At a glance, you can already tell who's who. Like, that is one of the coolest things to me, that, like, even from far away, it's not like in Halo where it's like, what weapon do they have? You don't know until they've shot you in the face with it. That's Zenyatta that came around the corner. Oh, there's a Lucio. That's Tracer. That's Reinhardt. That's everyone. They all are very iconic in look and feel and play style. And so therefore, everyone has a favorite, even if they don't play him just, like, for the story. Like, I know plenty of people who love Widowmaker, but they're never going to play her. I'm one of them. But you got to play for a little bit, so I want to know, who are your favorite characters?
Well, geez, for playing, I mean, again, Soldier 76 was my fallback. Just, was able to feel like I did good with him. Sorry, now I'm confusing games. So I almost said Zagara, but that's my that's my Heroes of the Storm Bay.
It's Blizzard.
At least. No, at least. Zarya, though.
Really?
I felt I did pretty good with her. Just kind of tanking around. Never felt like I did very good with the Gravity Well ultimate. But as far as like lobbing shots and just like stuff, like any character where I can like kind of where it's part of my skill about how well they shoot, I feel like I do pretty good with. You know, like I knew how to lob and kind of hit people from across the map or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I tried to try a few different characters. You know, Tracer was like really crazy all over the place.
Yeah, you got to stay very mobile with her.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who else I played as. Every time I picked up May.
Yeah.
May. Every time I picked up May, though, I ended up it just didn't work out for me.
May is May.
She just I couldn't get close enough, or people got too close to me, or something. I just was always in the wrong place at the wrong time. It felt.
Well, it's funny you bring up May. There are characters I've heard people talk about being very easy. Reaper apparently is very easy for a lot of people, and I can see why, but he isn't easy for me. On the opposite end, I've heard a lot of people complain about the difficulty of May, and like May just clicked for me because the ability to throw up an ice wall, freeze people, like you're just disruption, and you just annoy the piss out of people, and that is what makes her great, and that's what makes her good. That's how she does her job. She's not a Farah shoots rockets. She's a killer. Tracer is just pestering people. Widowmaker is all about sniper headshots. But like May is just throw up walls, hold points. She does a really good job at just playing defense, which is exactly what she's supposed to do.
I was going to say, that's a strange thing, because there are definitely characters that I understand and I respect, like, their ability on the field, but I just couldn't master myself. Like Farah, I love, the rockets and the jumping. I've seen some people do amazing stuff, but whenever I got into it, I was either spending too much time on the ground, or when I got up in the air, I just got picked off. Bastion was a character, though, that I actually felt like I'd made a difference with at times, set up in a strategic corner and just mowing people down. Definitely worked for me a few times, better than people who were going against me.
Bastion is very hit or miss, so glad you had some luck with him. He, my first match ever, I think the first character I played actually was Bastion, and I was like, yeah, this is great, and then later, as people know how much of a threat you are, the second one person dies, it suddenly feels like, okay, I'm not going to be effective anymore because they know I'm here. They're going to avoid me. They're going to try to flank me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the trick is, having teammates who are going to keep them from flanking you and doing that.
But that actually also is the other great thing about that is as soon as I realize I'm not being effective as Bastion, I can switch. In Heroes of the Storm, there have been games where I play as Jaina, who, while being incredibly a powerful mage, she's a bit of a glass cannon, and people know, okay, we just got to hit her with very fast burst damage very quickly, and I just feel like sometimes it's like, great, they have the perfect comp against me, I'm going to be useless this match. And instead of being stuck with that, I can get out of there. I can just say, I'm going tank.
No, yeah, I mean, it can be interesting, and it gets a little hectic at times. I don't know if I'd want every game to have that sort of change up going on constantly, but on the other hand, it was useful. I could test out different characters. I could be McCree for a while and get a high noon, and then I'd switch over to someone else because tanks were.
You had a really good high noon actually one time. You had what was it, a quad kill once?
Definitely
came over the ridge.
It was came over the ridge and just a bunch of people showed up. I was really excited because that was also a crucial moment that changed up I killed those guys, and then we captured that point, and we moved down. I don't think we actually won that match.
It was Volsky. It's very hard.
Yeah. So, we're wrapping up here. Overwatch is coming out when?
Is coming out in June, at the very latest. They're saying in late spring.
Yeah, cool. Well, I hope that, I don't know, we'll hope to see more people online with that. I know you'll get the copy. See if I get a copy. I know you talked about getting it for console, but I feel like you're going to get it for PC, though.
I'll probably get them for both. I'll just be honest. I'm obsessed with this game, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I have in my dreams.
Well, and hopefully we'll see some more Overwatch animations and videos from me here. Maybe some more art streams or play streams in the future,
And most likely, if you're making it, I'll probably be a voice in it somewhere.
Oh, definitely. Thank you for talking with me, Alphalance.
thank you for watching, everybody.
That was my talk with Alphalance, my brother, as we talked about Overwatch, a game he's been excited about for a while and I'm just getting into. It was in beta, it went on hiatus, it's back in beta, and it's coming out later this year, so watch out for that. We were talking over a sped up recording of my artwork I did for a little animation I did using the Overwatch characters Zenyatta and Reaper, so be sure to check that out. You can subscribe to my channel to catch this and other videos of me talking about video game, geeky stuff, from Comic-Con to new games coming out to what geeks do with their free time. So be sure to check that out and check out some of the other works I've got. This is Toadking07 signing off. Later, guys.